Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Arrow. Last time when we left off, I forgot to control slightly. Actually this is a little bit too quiet. Let me bump the music a little bit more. At least for my own monitor. Sound monitoring. And we got Spyro. That's true. We didn't want to quit there. We got Spyro, so I am a little bit more confident to take on Sans this time around, because I do think that Spyro is going to make a major difference. So let's switch it up front and see what happens when we face Sans this time. If we get beat again, it's a bit awkward, because it's gonna be like a real short episode. Well, it's never gonna be that short of an episode. It's going to be either I win now, which might not happen, and we move on, or it's going to be a couple of minutes of me starting the episode, then me grinding for about 2 hours, and then me continuing the rest of the episode, which I really don't have the time for to do right now, to be honest. Also, a fun thing, I think like 4 months ago in a video I mentioned that I got cloud storage unlimited data on Amazon Drive. They changed their policies and now unlimited isn't unlimited anymore, and you pay just like everywhere else depending on how much storage you need, and it's quite expensive now because I was hosting 1.5 terabytes of archive on there. And if you've ever tried to pay any kind of cloud storage, 1.5 terabytes, which means that you're getting 2 terabytes. Also, I'm getting a message, you probably heard that. 2 terabytes, rather expensive. So I bought myself physical drives to move my archive to, but that means that I'm downloading 1.5 terabytes right now, which is quite ridiculously a lot. Let's go Dragon Rush. He still is 2 levels higher than me, but I think Dragon type should be like super effective or something. It's at least not resisted, which is a good way to start. It's not going to be enough to take out his entire team though, I can tell right away, but it's going to give me a good amount of experience, so if I'm going to grind up, I'm going to grind up against himself. Delete, is that a 1-hit KO move? That's a fucking 1-hit KO move. This game is just unfair. Honestly. Blue Flare, that doesn't sound good. It's super effective. So, the way, like the design behind this, the philosophy behind this, is probably that your starter Pokemon are fucking useless against Sans. And you need to use that Dragonite. Because you can't catch anything else yet. If you ever can. So, you probably need to grind up like to level 60 with Dragonite and then just steamroll this guy. That being said, Flame Burst does quite a lot of damage for being resisted. Is Slash also resisted? Is the question. It's not, and it was a critical hit, and it's even super effective. Of course, a glitch is not normal, so normal type is super effective against it, right? It's probably not how that works. So Glitch Drio, let's see if this... it also knows the lead. That's a very overpowered move. Because it seems to have a pretty high accuracy for a 1-hit KO move. Well, Skull Bash, I guess, is the best option since it's normal type. You see, you learn something every day. That was supposed to do damage. Yeah, exactly like that. So your normal type moves are the way to go here. That actually means that I probably won't have to grind up, now that I know that, in combination with having Dragonite as well. I'm probably gonna die here, but with the second attempt, I think I can make it, especially since I am getting some experience now, so... This might be resisted because he's also Steel type. It's a critical hit anyway and still super effective. And my defense keeps getting up. So I don't know if these are special attacks they're using against me. I feel like they are. But still, I like it. I'm probably gonna die to this one, yeah. But I got pretty far. I think this was his 5th Pokemon, and I think he has a full team of 6. So, with that, I'm going to go for another attempt, because I do think we can beat him. I genuinely think we can beat him, especially knowing that normal types are super effective against him. And everything else pretty much is resisted. I think we can... What's the toggle run button again? Because I'm clearly not running. Wait a second. Options. Oh yeah, it doesn't tell you what button toggle run is, so I don't think I found out at all yet. I'm just gonna press buttons while I walk, to see if anything happens. Doesn't look like it. I've pressed all the letters on my keyboard. Control, Shift. Can't be caps lock, no. Tab? Didn't think so. Can't imagine it being like backslash. No, of course not. Tilde? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Minus plus. Backspace. I mean, it's not enter. Other shift, other control. Can't be alt. No. That's pretty much all the normal keys on the keyboard. I mean, I didn't use the numpad, but the numpad is pretty much just things that already exist on your keyboard anyway. I can't see a game having anything mapped to the numpad by default, which doesn't work on anything. I don't even know if it's possible to, for a game to bind something to numpad 1 and not actual like normal keyboard part 1. Might not be possible at all. I'm not entirely sure. But it feels like that would be something that is at least tricky to do. Because I would imagine that it just both triggers the same signal, which has you just pressed 1. That being said, if you have a numlock on your keyboard as well, you can press that and like the row of numbers still work, but the numpad doesn't. Also, did I just, without paying attention, get rid of his first Pokemon and then die? So this time don't use Flame Burst. That's going to make a huge difference because I think this might one-hit KO if I am lucky with Slash. Unless he hits the delete on me, which is a one-hit fucking KO move. Oh man, my ribs are still like hurting a lot. So if I have to like do anything with my ribs, like move or breathe or live. Oh, burn is going to fuck my ear. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have killed anyway, to be honest, but it would have been damn close to killing. So I feel like I might have to grind up anyway, but I'm thinking I either got really good luck last time, which gave me the impression if I did better, I'd be able to win. Also, I should have used Skull Bash there. Or shouldn't I have? Or I'm getting really, really bad luck now. Thinking the latter is more likely. But I'm not going to win anyway. But a little bit of extra experience never hurt anybody. I mean, is it just gonna make me deal more damage and take less damage next attempt, right? Let's have Confusion, Skull Bash, at least Arrow Sense is gone. Should give me a good amount of experience. Did it give me any... Stop with deleting my Pokemon! Holy fuck! Don't do that! That's rude! I mean, this one was a lot quicker than the last one, I'll tell you that much. I feel like there really is something I'm missing, or am I just supposed to grind up? I mean, knowing that normal type moves are going to be super effective against these guys, grinding up is going to be a lot easier. Admittedly. But still, I don't really feel like doing it. So I'm going to do one more attempt, and then this is just going to be Arrow Sense attempts the video. Because That's gonna be the entire episode. I mean, I had some great commentary. I talked about keyboard keys and the functions and how they should work the same, but not the same, but different, but not too different. And I still haven't found the toggle run button, which annoys me greatly. Actually, I should just Google that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is not the most popular fan game ROM hack thingy. It's not really a ROM hack. But it's not the most popular out there. Especially since I imagine Pokemon Error is not something that comes up in searches too often. But I imagine there's people playing this which wanted to run and didn't know how. And I imagine, in the day and age we live in, there's a solution on the internet. Because if people experience a problem, they look it up on the internet. And if enough people look it up on the internet, somebody's gonna put it on the internet. I mean, honestly, people put things on the internet that nobody is looking for. And there's some things that people are looking for sometimes which aren't put on the internet. Are there? That was a lot of damage, holy shit. So Spyro is gonna get level 52 now. I am like 99% sure of that, yes, because these things give a shit ton of experience. Error Sans. I'm gonna stay in and let Spyro die. Because yes, he's going to use fucking delete. I knew it. I think they're pre-programmed to use delete with Error Sans and Glitch Trio the moment they get sent out. I think that's how it works. It really feels that way. And after that they only use their other move, like hack or glitch or whatever. Also, that slash does way less damage than I was expecting, so that's not good. Okay, so I'm not going to beat Sans this episode. It seems like... I'm gonna go Bubbles, because hear me out. There's gonna be more powerful Pokemon after this, and Bubbles, if he dies, I can switch out into Pothead. And that ends up meaning that later on in the fight, I'll have a more powerful Pokemon. That makes sense, right? That was a critical fucking hit. And I'm burned. At least Sans is gone. But Glitch Trio will now delete me. Does Sans really give 17 experience? Did I read that right? 17? The bitch should give you like 2 million. Yeah, Glitch Trio is going to, mark my words, delete. Yeah, he's pre-programmed to delete on his first move, together with Sans. Well, I'm going to see how much experience I can get from grinding up. I feel like I'm going to look up who has the highest physical attack set, because they're all physical moves. Slash, Double Edge. I don't even know if this works on the physical special engine like in Gen 4 or in Gen 3. In which case it'll all be physical anyway. You don't have any normal type attacks. You could get some admittedly, so let's just look at that anyway. 141. 103. Oh, 88, not doing Smoky. So, Pothead is the best option. How is this? I'm gonna assume Special Defense is also the best. I mean, yes, Spyro definitely has the most, but I don't know if he'll learn any normal type moves. I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with Pothead. I mean, I'm gonna grind them all up a fair amount, but Pothead first and foremost. Because he's my MVP. Highest physical attack, highest special defense. I think that's exactly what I need in this battle. Then again, Spyro isn't weak to any of the moves. And his Dragon Rush did already deal a lot of damage, without being super effective because of the stab. And his stats are way higher than the starter Pokemon stats. So maybe it's a better idea. Yeah, I think it's a better idea to grind up Spyro. Even though it will take more experience to level up, it's worth so much more against Sans. Yeah, I'm gonna go Spyro. Seems like a good idea. And I'm just gonna, like, listen to a podcast and grind up Spyro like this. And I don't have a run button and I don't have a speed up button. So this is going to take quite a while. I want everybody to be like level 55. Spyro maybe a little over 55. And then I'll attempt it again. And Dragon Rush is probably going to 3 shots. Okay, it does deal a little bit less damage, but there is, like, resistance factor. Is very important. Then again, the lead isn't going to care about resisting. But when he sends out Sand and Glitterio, I can just sacrifice one of my starter Pokemon and then go back in with Spyro. I think I'm thinking of a strategy, and this is honestly, I think, the first time in pretty much forever that I have tried to think of a legitimate strategy for beating a Pokemon fight. So far, this game has done good, because even most Final Fantasy fights, I just power my way through. And only when I'm really forced to, I start to strategize, and then I see, oh, I was overpowered, and if I strategize together with that, I'm insanely powerful. Well, I'm not overpowered now, probably, because my levels aren't too high, but still, strategizing in turn-based RPGs isn't something I do a lot. In action-based RPGs, I do it a little bit more, but still, I'm one of those guys who tends to value higher stats more than better strategy, which is why I'm bad at competitive stuff, because everybody has max stats, and it comes down to just the strategy. So I'm gonna do both here, and hopefully it'll make a really short fight, or at least an easy fight next time on Pokemon Arrow. Next week, back same time, same place. Different date, 7 days from now. That's how a week works. Until the next time, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video somehow. Nothing really happened unless you count me just talking about bullshit, which pretty much is this entire channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.